Okay, the last topic we're going to cover in this chapter is reporting. And obviously, we've got some basic reporting under the dashboard on the left-hand side. This is where you can track your opportunities, your pipeline value, your conversion rate, and funnels and different stages of your distribution. Down here, you've got some manual actions, tasks, and then your lead source report. But if you're a premium or a professional client or subscriber, then over on the left-hand side, you've got reporting. And this is where you can get some more detailed reports as to what's going on for your marketing efforts. If you've connected your Google Ad account, then all of the information in that Google Ad account will be imported into here, and you'll be able to track your impressions, your clicks, your conversions, your client spend, and all kinds of other stuff, right? If you've got your Facebook ad account connected, then all of that information will be displayed. Same information, just it's Facebook instead of Google. Now we get into some attribution reports. So let's go into your attribution new. And this has to tracking sales opportunities and your total leads that are being entered into the system, total number of sessions, things like that, revenue generated. All of this is specifically tied to whether you're using the opportunities correctly or not. So if you're not seeing revenue showing up in here, or your leads are not showing up properly, or opportunities are just not showing up, that's because in your opportunities, you need to be moving contacts through your sales process. Let's get into the Medicare leads here. And if you're not moving them through these sales processes, then it's not going to track it properly in reporting. That makes sense, right? Now, to track some of these other more advanced features in the reporting, you do need to click on it, and down the bottom, it's got lost, abandoned, and won. If you win a client, then you need to move it to one, and that will place it into a different category. It's not a prospect anymore. It's actually a client. So that'll change your reporting aspects. Let's go back into your reporting. Click on the wrong button there. Click on reporting and attribution, new report. So now we've got a attribution report, revenue generated. And that's because I drug it to that one opportunity down the bottom there. Okay. Now, under leads, obviously, if it gets attached to any of your sales opportunity, it'll show up as a lead. And then if it's on those opportunities, it'll show you which funnel and pipeline stages have the most activity and sales processes. Okay. Next one is some of the session events down here. And these are more or less tracking where your leads came from, whether it was direct traffic, somebody imported it, a list, or if it came from a Facebook ad, it'll track all that information. Let's go down here and conversion reports. So again, if you're not using the opportunities, then this does not have any data to display. So revenue closed, opportunity, this is just a demo account, so it doesn't have any of this. But as you start using it and moving information around and using those contacts properly, this will start filling out. Let's go into the last report, which is your source report. This I typically only look at about once every quarter, once every 2 months. And this is identifying which of your advertising methodologies, so whether you're running Facebook ads or whether you're buying leads or wherever, this will track your source report and helps you determine what your ROI is, your return on investment. So it's really important to track your sources of where you're getting your leads from, whether you're doing your own marketing or just buying leads from a lead vendor, or perhaps you're doing a pay-per-call. It's really important to make sure you have the attribution set up properly inside of your opportunity. And where that is under opportunities. I'm going to go back to my brochure funnel here, and I click on any opportunity, and down here it's got the opportunity source. So this is all this information, the reporting that I just showed you under attribution, it all ties back to the opportunity source. So if you are not tracking and putting in this information, then obviously your attribution reporting is not going to be able to get completed. So it's really important to track that. The next one is your call reporting. If you are using your CRM to make incoming or outgoing calls, then all of your call statuses will show up here. Now, this is just a demo account, so it's not showing up, but you can search by individual numbers. You can run some filters. If you've got multiple agents using this, you can search by individual agent name and see how many calls they made that day. So it's really good for incoming and outgoing call details, if you will, who the top agents were, things like that. Next one is agent reporting. And your agent reporting is it's a deeper dive into how many opportunities they have, how many conversions they have, how many text messages were sent, delivered, clicked on, and failed, how many emails. So now you get to identify who is really being successful and why they're being successful. What is generating conversations? Is it text messages? Is it emails? And again, all this ties back to your opportunity feed, right? So if you're not managing your opportunity feed, then you're not going to have this reporting, your agent reporting properly. Your call metrics, same kind of thing. Now, the call metrics is as soon as you dial out or dial in, or make incoming calls or outgoing calls, then that'll get attributed to the individual agents automatically based on who that phone number is assigned to and who the lead is assigned to. But all this, again, if you're not using the CRM to make inbound or outbound phone calls, then you're not going to have all this conversion data. Next one is your appointment report. And this tracks right back to your calendars as to how many appointments were booked and confirmed and showed. Let's pull up an account that actually has some data on here. And let's go to, there you go. So now we know that during this time frame, 14 were booked, 13 confirmed, 0 showed. Now that could be just because they were booked in advance. We didn't have anybody no-show, and we only had 1 canceled, which makes sense. 13 plus 1 would equal 14. So that makes sense, right? So the numbers are all there. Now it dives into who is using the calendar the most, right? So this is really important, the date that it was added, and who booked the appointment. Was it booked by the agent or was it booked by the lead? Obviously, the more that leads are booking on there, the less work you have to do. So that's really important, okay? So try and use your calendars as much as possible. I almost never book anything on my calendar. My calendar is completely managed by the CRM, and the only people that book are people that want to schedule time on my calendar. I don't book people on my calendar. They book themselves based on their availability and my availability. Okay, so your agent or your appointment report will help you out with that and managing. And there's lots of filters up here in the top right-hand corner, and you can track all calendars, individual calendars. You can do appointment created or booked for, and change your reporting dates, things like that. Just use some of the filters. So that's the reporting area. If you have any questions, you shouldn't have too many questions, but if you do, feel free to give me a call. And then you can also, in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll notice this dark blue dot with MyMFG Plus in it. If you click there, this is where you can get an additional tour. And then down the bottom, you can get help. So this is your tech support area right here. And this is added fairly recently. Okay. So, all right, good luck. Bye-bye.